So those of you who are out the loop, I was gone for two different things. All right, so I was away in Saudi Arabia for the Esports World Cup, playing for Stranova. That was pretty cool. All right, I have a vlog coming out about that hasn't been started. I'll work on that tonight after the stream. I also bottom fragged there. Afterwards, as soon as I got home, I got on another flight because my girlfriend's sister was having her wedding. It was in Washington, D.C. And during that event, I was dying because I was jet lagged as fuck. And I was stressing out over United States Cup. So I brought my laptop, I brought my keyboard, I brought my mouse, expecting to practice every single day. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Because the entire time we were like talking with her family. We were going to grab like dinner and stuff. And then every time we got to the hotel room, I was like so exhausted and I died. Unlucky. Yes, Lunar Sakia. Sakia? Hold on. She's also alumni. Yeah. So that's my girlfriend's sister, twin sister. Very cool. All right. Chat, it was also kind of embarrassing the entire time, like, because I was talking with Vivian's parents as well, right? And like they were asking like me and Vivian like, yo, her sister is getting wed. When's when is the yeah, guys, I'm 24. Come on, man. Please. So yeah, this was pretty cool. Life. When do we get to see baby Ed? Listen, dude, I am slowly, okay? If you asked me like a couple years ago, I would straight up tell you saying that I literally don't even know how to take care of myself. How can I take care of someone else, right? I'm making progress, okay? I'm making progress. Part of that progress, unfortunately, has been less hours streamed, but those less hours streamed have been allocated towards life. All right. So there is progress. There's progress in that dimension. However, there's still a lot more for me to go. Let's just say that. Ed, you would forget your own wedding and oversleep it. I swear to God. No, I wouldn't. Why? Because I would have to be paying for it. And from that event, I've learned that weddings cost a lot of money because the food was good. All right. And I looked at all the flowers and I'm like, this shit is real. These are real flowers. They're not just fake plastic shit that looks good for the vibe. They're real ass flowers that require water, will wilt, takes like a fucking year to grow. What the fuck? Listen, bro. This is your first wedding? It was my second technically, but the first is like I was for my my coworker who worked at the movie theater that I worked at, scooping popcorn and shit. Welcome to weddings costing up to 300K. What do you mean 300K, bro? That shit better not have cost 300K. I don't know how much it cost. I just know that it was kind of expensive because the hotel was nice and like the food was nice and like they had like a crew of photographers and shit. And I'm like, damn, that means I need to start saving.
Can't wait for your own actual wedding.
Chat, one of the questions that genuinely did pop into my mind is like, should I stream my wedding? And and on this and on one hand, I was like, of course, what the fuck? Bro, I get to write it off as a business expense, okay? It would be content. And but then I sat there for a little bit also watched Vivian's expression go from like a smile to just weird champ. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should reconsider. Imagine yourself looking back at the VOD of your wedding. Bruh. Then you can react to it and make free money from that. Starting to get to the point where I'm actually having to consider life. Alright? Which, in all honesty, is way sooner than I expected. See, this wedding was actually a really big event for me specifically because I met what Vivian described as the final boss. Okay? The final boss is Vivian's grandmother. She's like I don't know how else to describe it. Final boss is pretty much a really good title for it. She was the one who had this like amazing career in China, but gave it up to bring everyone to the United States. All right, she is the one who made everything happen. You know what I'm saying? But that also means that if I am to be accepted into, you know, her family, then I would have to seek the approval of the final boss. And so I met her, and the first thing she said. No. Okay. Before I even say that, let me set the scene. Okay, we were at the hotel lobby. All right, I was dressed up in my suit because it was the wedding day. Right. I was standing next to Vivian. I was talking with some of the groomsmen because, you know, the boys. I don't know any of the boys. But I was still like talking with them and trying to be social and not awkward and shit. And then Vivian's grandmother appeared, and I didn't know that was Vivian's grandmother, so I kind of just looked at her. I'm like, huh, interesting. And then I just looked away. But then, like, because Vivian's standing up next to me, she walked up, and and then Vivian was like, "Oh, this is Ed. I've shown you pictures of him before." And I'm like, "Huh? You showed her pictures of me?" And then I looked at her, and I'm like, "Oh." And so she looked at me.
Yo.
And she looked at Vivian. And then looked back at me. And looked back at Vivian. And she said, "不错." If you're Chinese, you'll know that means not bad. We take those. Yeah. Apparently, because Vivian told me that it would be fine anyway, because I already passed the Asian check. You know what I'm saying? I am Chinese, so the unfortunate reality is that I have the Chinese buff. Fake Chinese, sure, all right, but I am Chinese, and yep. A part of the culture, one of us. But I thought that was going to be cool. I was like, all right, sick, appreciate it. I'm not like Carrie. I didn't dab her up. I was trying to be respectful and shit. Also, I had a wedgie at the time. I usually wear boxers, but I was running out of clean boxers, so I was wearing like my single pair of like underwear, and so like I had a wedgie. Probably TMI. I didn't even tell Vivian that. But during the wedding ceremony, there were like assigned seats, and I skipped the rehearsal for the wedding. It was the day before. I skipped the rehearsal because I wanted to meet up with my Team Virginia friends. Okay, the wedding was in Washington D.C., right next to Virginia. I took like a 40-minute drive outside of D.C. in an Uber to meet up with my Team Virginia friends. Keep in mind, this is literally like 2 days before our match. All right. So we went to grab a hot pot together. It was pretty dope. Yeah, I skipped rehearsal for that. But apparently the rehearsal was pretty important because there's assigned seating. And wait, Difors, my wedding cost around $20,000 and it included a ring. And including a ring, it was $25,000. Weddings aren't cheap. Fuck. People discovering that Difors is married for the first time. Ain't no way. But anyways, probably should have went to the rehearsal because there was assigned seating. And apparently, my seat at the wedding was quite literally next to the final boss. I was sitting right next to the boss and Vivian's aunt. So yeah. But it was pretty cool. All right. All in all, it was pretty cool. I got to learn more about the lore. Apparently, Vivian's sister and her now husband met through Osu. Who would have thought? Osu gets Osu W. All right, chat. There's a chance. All right, they met through Osu. It's true. Okay. There was an Osu table. Okay, I met some of the OGs. All right. Asterisk, I met them again. All right, because I met them before. There was Jonathan LFJ. Do you guys know that guy? Fuck. LFJ. Fuck, how do you spell this dude's name? There we go. You guys know this guy? This is a guy who mapped Gendi armies. Or it's apparently it's pronounced some other way. He was like, Gendi armies, the fuck is that? And he was like, oh, or I forgot. He said it was like French or some shit. But yeah, that's cool. He was at the wedding. It was pretty cool. There was also NyQuil. Fuck, how do you spell NyQuil? I think this is NyQuil. Maybe? Okay, I can't remember if this is actually his profile, but this guy used to be like an Osu developer. All right. Very cool. Used to work with the Pepster himself. Very epic. Osu alumni meetup. When did these guys join? 2011, 2010, 2011. Damn. And I also met, I don't know their profile, but I also met Patient Zero. Now, Patient Zero is not a name. It is a title. All right? Because when you think of Osu, or when you think of specifically me and Vivian's history, all right, there's something interesting because when I first found Osu, I watched this video. It was from a Minecraft YouTuber that I used to watch. His name is Zafire. And this guy made a YouTube video a long ass time ago called Osu Catastrophe Muroku P Cataclysm difficulty. And I'm like, damn, this video is pretty sick. What's this game? That's when I checked out the game. That's how I got into Osu. However, little did I realize that 10 years later, I would meet this person at Anime New York City. And now she's my girlfriend. In a way, you could say that Vivian got me into the game. Alright? What the fuck? In a way, you could say that. However, who got Vivian into the game? Big question. Alright? Well, it turns out that person is her sister. Her twin sister got her into Osu. But then the question is, who got her into Osu? And that's where we meet Patient Zero. Patient Zero is this guy named Andy. And Andy was one of the groomsmen at the wedding, who even gave a speech that I internally cringed at because he was way too drunk and didn't know when to shut up. Bro sat there talking for like 7 minutes straight, and everyone was like, what the hell is this Osu shit? Keep in mind, most of the people here are like old people or like people with a life and are like, what the hell is an Osu? And this guy is describing like the whole backstory of how Gina is a weeb and her husband is also a weeb, and like describing this like anime character that he wanted to get like married to or some shit. And then he was like, okay, these two like anime. I also like anime, and there's this anime game called Osu, so I got them into it. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, dude. But that was pretty cool. That must have been so embarrassing. If you thought that was embarrassing, you should have seen what happened later that night. Guys, after the ceremony, after the speeches, after the dinner, after we dined, they had a DJ. They had a fucking DJ. It was actually pretty bass. The first song that they played, chat, keep guessing. I want to see if anyone was going to get it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Keep guessing. I want to see if anyone will actually guess it. Damn. It's probably old music considering the group. That's true. Well, you guys are on the right track. They were playing Osu songs. But I actually freaked out because the first song that they played, I was so confused. I was like, what is this melody? But then it hit me. Let's see who guesses it first, alright? Alright, I'm playing it right now. Can you guys hear it? The first song that they played on the DJ was Camellia. They played Camellia at the wedding. And when I first realized this, I was freaking out. I was like, no way, it's Camellia. And then the final boss was looking at me like, what the fuck is this music? Wait, you know this shit? What is this? And I saw at the other tables because they also had like, you know, the husband's like coworkers and like a group of like, you know, you know, siblings and shit, and they're all just looking at each other like, what the fuck is this music? But then you see me, and then I also see like the Osu table, because I was sitting at the family table. I guess I upgraded. But I was staring at the Osu table, and they were like fucking jamming out and shit, and I'm like, no way, it's fucking crystallized, yo. So yeah, they played that and like a bunch of other like Toho songs. They played the fucking Pretender. They played Pretender, and then like everyone, and then what's it called? Nyquil like DM'd RLC, was like, "Yo, dude, check this out." They had this like central like gallery place where everyone, it was mainly the Osu people, were like dancing. I was already starting to sober up, so I was not dancing. But like. Wait, I'm gonna see if Vivian can send me the video. Lunar Sakuya mapped and GD'd a lot of Toho songs back then. Oh, another piece of lore. Yeah, so for one of like the slow dance songs, Gina or Lunar Sakuya picked like a Toho song. But her mom was like, "What the fuck is this? What is this shit? Go pick something else." And like, she didn't know any other songs, so Vivian stepped in to save the day, and instead picked like this like Studio Ghibli song, which was pretty cool. Yeah. So, more lore. If they are twins, do you ever get confused and go out with her dad? No. Wait, what do you mean by go out with her dad? The fuck? But it's really easy to tell apart Vivian and Gina, right? Vivian, if you like, it's actually so obvious once you actually like know the tech. The tech is Gina smiles a lot easier and a lot more. So like Vivian will usually have like a straight face, and then Gina will always be like smiling. But Vivian isn't grumpy. She's just like chilling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is the tech. It is the tech. You know what I'm saying? So like once you look for that, it's everywhere. All right. Even in their fucking baby photos, it's so fucking funny. Cause like you'll see like Gina like smiling and shit, and then Vivian's like. But yeah, that was the wedding experience. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically it. Now we're back home. Oh, you sent the video?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Focusing on Michael and LJ.
Okay, thank you. All right, chat. I asked Vivian to send me the video of people dancing to the Pretender at Vivian's sister's wedding. This is it. Oh fuck. Osu players! Hey chat, what if during my wedding we got Camellia to play like an actual set? That would be dope. Wow, you can audibly hear the moment people start to sober up. Yeah. Chat, I was not up there. I was behind. I was the guy who screamed, "Woo!" Because I thought that was sick. The amount of disappointment is radiating from that video. No, dude, this is sick. Wait, I think that's Andy right there. And then that's Nyquil. And then Jonathan LFJ is like right there. It's pretty dope.